Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Ever17, the Out of Infinity. The Let's Play where we sit around and be confused together on figuring out what is going on. Last time, alarms were going off. And suddenly, people showed up on the screen saying, "Come to the surface." They did such a thing, and the water flooded the place, and they had to retreat, and then they got a communication saying, sorry, my bad, something went wrong. And then communications got bad and weird from them, but I almost said Winkle, and the story so far. That is pretty much the story so far in a nutshell. Damn it, we were almost there. Why this? Why did this happen to us? I punched the console. I don't get any of this. What is that? Blick Winkle? Hey Sora, what does this mean? Sora shook her head again. I sighed and sat down in a chair. He slumped in the chair next to me. We all slumped down in chairs. I looked at the monitor. Ooh, that don't look good. It displayed the life rating for the complex. Life rating's 3. Huh? 3? I wondered why. Only you, Sarah, and I were left in LeMU. And Sora, the bioscan shouldn't pick her up. What is this? Is this broken? What does this mean, Sora? Wait, is Sarah with you and is Sarah with the kid and you? Yes. I stood up from the chair. Just then my elbow umped an empty can on the table. The can fell to the floor and rolled to the wall. Did some wibbly wobbly timey wimey crap just happen there? It's the floor? The floor is tilting. Hey Sora, can you display the map of LeMU? Something that has a cross-sectional display of the structure? A map of LeMU appeared on the monitor. It's like I thought. LeMU is slanting. But the tilt of the complex didn't really mean anything. I was thinking that when it was talking about implosion this time, I was thinking about it breaking in the middle and kind of sinking like the Titanic. Perhaps the title of that one episode was more accurate than I thought. Thankfully, it didn't look like it was affecting our chances of survival. Hey you, what do you think we should do now? You! It was completely spaced out. It didn't even look like my voice was reaching her brain. It seemed that the light from this world had been extinguished from her eyes. Daybreak. The date had changed to Sunday, May 7th. Since that time we hadn't slept at all. I was starting to feel badly again. A headache, dizziness, nausea, and coldness felt like they were seeping from deep in the core of my body. I felt a dull, severe fatigue sweep over me. I was only half conscious. Exhaustion. I had reached my limit. But I tried to keep my energy from being sapped away. Surrounded by darkness and endless fear, we had fought our way this far. And there was no sign that things were going to get better. Communication lines with the outside were still down, and we had yet to find a clue leading to possible escape. You remained distant and spacey. Our optimistic leader that helped us through the days of distress was nowhere to be seen. Tamatachi? Oh wait, no. He's talking about you, obviously. Yeah, duh. Someone had to save her. But who? You, kid. She's been saying that the whole dang game. This time. Of course, it was up to me. At this point, I was the only person who could help her. Yet still.
約束?
Yeah, I promise. The memory of that pledge remains stark in my mind. Sora?
はい、何でしょう?
Sorta asked, but could you leave me alone with you for a second?
はい、わかりました。
When we're done, I'll call you.
はい。
I'm really sorry.
いいえ、お気になさらずとも良いので。
Okay, so Sarah isn't around. Thanks. Sora vanished. All traces of her completely disappeared. Sora, who had no dimensional limits, had removed herself from our field of vision. Now then, before continuing, I went to set the coffee machine to make fresh coffee. You're drinking coffee, right? Ignoring her lack of response, I set it to prepare 2 cups. Then I sat down beside her. About your mother, I don't know what to say, but don't you think that it's important to talk things over with her? There may have been some reason why she did what she did. Look, she did say she'd explain everything once you're back on the floating island. So...
分かったようなこと言わないでよ。もうあの人と話すようなことなんて何一つないの。どうでもいいの。もう何もかもどうでもよくなっちゃった。
Look, we've still got to find a way to escape this place somehow.
なぜ?
Because I made you a promise.
どうやって? 何か脱出する方法があるの?
Well, that's what I want to figure out. Look, we have to survive. Over these last 7 days, I've learned so much from you. In so many ways I can't even begin to count. But out of everything I've learned from you, the most important thing is how to live. You have to live life to the fullest. That's what you've taught me. So I want to put that lesson into practice. I want to live to the fullest, to the end. It was a heartfelt plea.
ねえ、少年。
Yeah?
生きることってなんだろうね。
Well, living means to learn and to know, I think. A child is born in innocence, gains knowledge through the years, only to forget it all when it is old and dies. Over the previous 7 days, my life had been filled with the things that I had learned. From amnesia to emptiness, my life began. But looking back over the last 7 days, there was one more thing. I also think that to live also means to lose something. They say nothing ventured, nothing gained, but to gain something, you must lose something. Like me losing the past by losing my memory. Even though I had lost much, I had also gained.
知ること、失っていくこと。ねえ、それってつまり傷ついていくってこと?
Maybe. I don't know.
そう。生きることが傷つくことだというのなら。
Oh, great.
もう十分。
Oh, great.
もう十分すぎるほど傷ついたよ。十分生きたんだよ。だから。
Hey, wait a second. What are you trying to say, you? You're not saying you want to die. You can't be serious. What the hell's that all about? I can't believe you're saying that. It's not like you at all. What happened to the you a little while ago who was so ready to get out of here? What happened to that you? Come on, what gives? What came over you all of a sudden? Why do you think you were born anyway?
やめて。くだらないお説教ならもうやめて。
No, it's you who stopped talking stupid. All this selfish crap, as if your life belongs only to you.
そんなこと考えてない。考えてないけど。でも私は、私を産んでくれたお母さんはもういないんだよ。
But that other lady said she was your mother.
そんなの嘘に決まってる。
How do you know?
それは今までもずっと騙されてきたから。
Don't you think it's a little pointless right now? I mean, you do understand, don't you? That until you hear her side of the story, you can't go jumping to conclusions. I think you should live the best life you can for all the people around you who care about you. For your mother and for Sarah and Takshi as well. And for me.
少年のため。
I've said it before, but there's so much that I've learned from you. I'm so very grateful to you. Really. You, your friend, a guardian, a teacher, and I walked back to the coffee machine and poured 2 cups of coffee. Funny way to break that conversation up. You said earlier that you've already lived enough, right? But I don't think it's enough. Because I think there's still stuff that you need to learn.
お母さんのこと。
That's one thing, yes. By the way, how much sugar do you take?
あ、私は。
Not listening, I added 2 spoonfuls. I was thinking, don't you think sugar in coffee reminds you of something? You know, something that life depends on?
は？
Do you have any idea?
わからないよ。
See, that's 2 things. Things you don't know you should learn. Makes you want to know, doesn't it?
少し悔しいかも。
Well, if we get out of here alive, I'll tell you what that is. Added milk and sugar and carried the 2 cups over. There you go.
ありがとう。
You took the cup and silently sipped from it. How does it taste? Were my feelings finally getting across to her?
とっても甘いね。
She had a clear, gentle smile, like the sun shining just after a rain. That's right, she said real men don't eat sugar. That's right, I remember that. I called Sora back into the room. All survivors remaining inside the park were now present. The 3 of us began to discuss new strategies. So, are they pretty much writing off the others as dead? The walls of LeMU would only hold 2 more hours at most. Our last possible escape route had been shut off, filling with floodwater just a few hours earlier. All hope of communicating with the outside was gone. The situation had become so desperate that I could no longer expect you or Sora to find an escape route.
どうしたら。
You lifted the coffee cup to her lips as she spoke. Her cup now contained only black coffee. She had refilled it herself. Watching her drink, I went to take a sip from my own cup, but found it empty. To pour myself more, I walked back to the coffee machine. The machine was an interesting contraption with a lower chamber containing boiling water heated from an alcohol lamp. The steam from the boiling water was siphoned into the upper chamber through a central pipe. And he's going to figure out some way to escape based on this, otherwise this is completely useless information. Siphon. Siphon. I got it! Caught it. Sora, could you show me that cross-sectional diagram again? What's this perpendicular line coming straight down from the floating island? Talking about the thing with the wiggly thing?
非常階段です。
This area wasn't dry earlier.
昨日排水を行ったので、浸水が始まった時、 自動的に非常階段の水密費が閉鎖されました。ですから排水が完了したこの非常階段には水が入り込まなかったのです。倉成さん、松永さん、小町さんの3名が助かったのも水密費が自動閉鎖されたからでしょう。
Okay, so they are alive. How far is it from this room to the emergency stairwell?
約80メートルです。
Okay, that's showing different numbers. It says 270 there. Sometimes the quality of this might not be perfect for YouTube. Really? 240 feet, huh? I just want to confirm this, but if you were to climb those emergency stairs, you could escape up to the floating island, right?
はい。
And safety doors to the emergency stairwell can be opened manually?
可能です。ちょっと待ってよ。一体何考えてんの、少年。
What I'm saying is, to escape by going through the emergency stairwell, maybe.
またそうやって短絡的な発想をする。ここんとこよく見なさいよ。水色になってるでしょ。
So?
非常階段につながった通路は水没してるってこと。
Yeah, I know that.
まさか泳いでいくなんて言い出さないよね。
Ah, I think that's the first time I've ever heard you make a mistake. I wasn't going to say that. There's no way I can swim 240 feet underwater.
じゃあどうやって非常階段までたどり着くつもりなの？
Oh, whoa. He's going into like his crazy deduction type thing, majig. First, let's call the emergency stairwell that can take us to the floating island. Staircase A. Where is staircase A? Guess that's staircase A. And let's call the sector 4 emergency stairwell here staircase B. And the emergency corridor connecting to the staircase A will be corridor C. Is he gonna try to go some crazy route or something?
それで？
The point is, we need to drain the water out of the corridor, right? Said that wrong, right? Once that's done, we can just skip our way to staircase A.
簡単に言っちゃってくれるけどさ、無理だ。
Oh, sorry. We can do it.
どうやって？第一、C 通路に溜まった大量の水を排水する場所がないじゃない。
But there is a place. The dry area in sector 4.
君って本物のバカ？水は高いところから低いところに向かって流れるの。これで3回目だからね、同じこと言うの。
I know.
じゃあどうしてそんなバカなことを？それともバケツでも使って水をかき出すつもり？
Not scooping it out, just the opposite. We're going to release the floodwater from sector 8. Sure.
そんなことしたらこの警備室の周囲は全て海水に飲み込まれることになっちゃうと思うんですけど。
That's right.
ついにそんなところまで行っちゃったか。いいのよ少年。もう何も心配することはないの。大丈夫だから。私が守ってあげるから。
I like to picture her patting him on the head like.
よしよし、いい子いい子。
Oh. You started patting my head. I snapped with anger. Alright then, I'll prove it to you. I dashed out and ran to the warehouse. I found a bucket and clear plastic hose and drilled a hole in the bucket. Sticking the hose into the hole, I used duct tape to wrap and seal it. Then handed up 2 more buckets. With the goods in hand, I returned to the security office. It's something I threw together to test my idea. Is he fixing to go all Bill Nye the Science Guy or something? Huh. Oh, this is Sector 8. Oh, I'm an idiot. Zuete stock. That would push all the... Oh, they'll be having to hoof it then, won't they? If they release the water here, it'll push the air forward. And... Right? I mean, they'd have to hang on quick. Yeah, they definitely have to hoof it. Listen, first, this bucket up here, the one with the hose stuck in it, it represents Sector 8, where we are, okay? Looks more like a straw. Next, the hose part that's filled with water represents Corridor C leading to Staircase A. Finally, the bucket set down low represents the 4th block on the 3rd floor, and the empty hose part hanging down into it is Staircase B. Just to let you know, the bent hose part represents the connecting part to corridor joining up to Corridor C with Staircase B, okay? Before I show you, I want to make sure of one thing. If we drain the water filling the hose here, then we can move safely to the emergency stairs, right? Alright, let the draining begin. Oh, actually, I guess it would fall down there. Actually, since that was empty down there, yeah, they might not have to hoof it after all. Well, I don't know. Alright, let the draining begin. Remember what I said earlier? So let's release it. Next, I began to pour water into the top bucket from a second bucket, which had filled water from the corridor. In no time at all, the top bucket was full. Next, the water from the top bucket flowed down the hose, pushing the air out of the hose and flowing into the lower bucket. Before long, all the water was drained. Except for a negligible amount left in the hose, all the water from the top bucket drained completely to the lower bucket. That's how it works. This is how a siphon works. Okay, let's prove this one more time by looking at the map. The walls of Staircase A, Staircase B, Corridor C, and the area in Sector 4 are all intact without cracks or damage. So we can assume that all these areas are protected from outside seawater. Isn't that right, Sora?
Hi.
What will happen if we simultaneously open all the watertight doors in this submerged area in Sector 8 of Zuete stock? I failed to notice the Zuete stock a minute ago. This room without any cracks or damage. And then what next? And then what will happen? Yep, that's the plan. It's a hell of a lot better than nothing. I'm pretty sure it'll work. Oh, they doing it now? Okay, that's making sure my game hadn't messed up. And then, are you ready to go? According to the color-coded map on the monitor, Zvete Stock Sector 8 and Corridor C had changed to green. The color green meant it was a dry area, meaning the drainage had worked perfectly.
圧壊推定時刻まであとわずかです。急いでください。
Yeah, we know.
では、どうかご無事で。
Huh? What about you, Sora? You're not coming?
少年、空はね、レミューから離れることができないの。
Very strange that the kid's going up and Takashi went down now that I think about it. What?
お忘れになりましたか？私は RSD、ホログラムなのですよ。私は皆さんと一緒には行けません。ですから、私はここでお見送りしようと思います。
Sora.
出会いがあれば、別れがあるものです。仮に私が浮島までついて行ったとしても、やっぱりそこで少年さんとはお別れしなければなりません。私の場合、他の皆さんとは違って、そのタイミングが少しだけ早く訪れただけなのです。
But
少年さんが誰かお友達の家に遊びに行った場合を考えてみてください。帰る時になってそのお友達は見送りこそするでしょうが、一緒に少年さんの家までついてくるようなことはしませんよね。
can't if you knock him over the head and throw him in the car.
ここはレミューは私の家なのです。
We'll meet again, won't we?
ええ、私はここにいると同時にあそこにもいる。ここにいる私が消えたとしても、あそこにいる私は存在し続けるのです。
Don't talk about disappearing.
これはただの例え話です。私は必ず少年さんや田中さんと再会することになるでしょう。それも近いうちに。
Do you promise?
ええ、
It's a promise
は
then.
い、約束です。
Looking over Sora's shoulder at the monitor, I could see the number of life ratings displayed there. We went and opened the security room doors and exited into the corridor. Giving a wave to the smiling Sora as she saw us off, we climbed the stairs to the emergency corridor. Then walked down corridor C, which was no longer flooded. Hey, I was thinking, but
何のこと？
surely Sora isn't planning to take responsibility for the accident by dying here.
バカね。空は死んだりなんてしないの。空は私たちとは違うんだよ。
No way, Sora's not.
ああ、そうじゃなくって、まあとにかく君が心配するようなことにはならないと思う。
How can you be so sure? Maybe that's the way LeBlish, oh, good grief. Maybe it's the way LeBlish programmed her.
はあ、やれやれ。これはね、マヨから聞いたんだけど、この間のクラッキングの時、マヨはもう一箇所だけプログラムを書き換えたんだって。ソラが最も優先しなければならない項目として、マヨはあるものを書き加えたの。
What was that?
他の何よりも自分自身を、ソラ自身を大切にすること。
It seems like a very strange thing to do. I mean, At last we arrived at the door leading to the emergency stairs.
じゃあ開けるよ。
Okay. You put her hand on the door's
ほ
handle.
ら、回すの手伝ってよ。
Oh, right. Together we gripped the handle. It was then that it happened. Okay, well. There's no better cliffhanger than that. So that's where I'm going to leave this at. I'm really wondering what happened myself, but oh well. I do hope you folks enjoyed, and I shall return for the next one. Farewell.